Welcome to Engineering Scale Models. I'm Jason, your host, and I do models and apparently electronics. So let's take a look at what we're doing. This is a bench update. We're going to look at some new stuff I got, and we're going to talk about some new content coming up on the channel. So let's stay here for a minute. For about almost the whole year in January of 2020, I was unhappy with the way things were going. Income was low, and being disabled and not being able to do a lot of stuff, I really didn't have a direction to go in. So I started doing a lot of research, and I took all these quizzes and whatever to see something that I would qualify to do. And with my background, I have a background in electronics, I have a background in engineering, prototyping, design, machining. So I have an extensive background, but all those tasks and type of jobs is stuff that my disabilities prevent me from doing. So I did more and more research, and I discovered that why don't I use my background in electronics to fix some electronics. So I was messing around fixing electronics, and fixed things here or there. The battery pack for a switch, and different things, changing the digitizer and things. So research, and fast forward to August, I started acquiring the tools that I needed to fix the Nintendo Switches, because I figured that is, for what you can get them for, not working $80, $90, and then, sell them and refurbished for, much more money. And the parts aren't too bad, and, if you're willing to put in the time, which is mostly what I have, you can make a little bit of money that way. It's not a lot of money, but it's a little bit of money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share that journey with you guys of the board level repairs on the Switch. The channel's still going to have the normal content, the traffic light project, the logic series, some scale modeling stuff and things like this. This is just, maybe once a week, twice a week video when I'm working on one of these. I fumble through a lot of it. It's been a long time since I've done board level diagnostics, but I have the equipment, and I'm able to do that. I have all this single equipment, and it's just sitting here. Why not use it for fixing things and a little bit of income? So I have the camera way too high. Okay, sorry about that. Didn't position that before I started. Okay, so we have the camera right side. So I slowly picked up parts. You guys saw a tour of my workbench a couple days ago and all that stuff, but I've also picked up a broken Nintendo Switch that I'm doing board level diagnostics on. I have some videos filmed. They'll be released unedited, raw, fumbles, mistakes, everything, all the micro soldering, all that stuff is going to be released in either weekly or bi-weekly videos. But along with that, I got some of, that I opened it up. It had a cheap generic battery that didn't have any kind of capacity whatsoever. So I got these Nintendo batteries to replace it with, because if I, redo a Switch, I want it to be, high quality and not just some garbage. So if I have to put a little bit extra in it for a Nintendo battery, I will do such a thing. And also, this screen has got, some scratches on it right there. You can kind of see the gouges. I'm going to try to get those out using my techniques of polishing clear canopy. If that doesn't work, I'll replace the digitizer. It's not that big of a deal. I have purchased some parts for the switches, so I don't have to wait for parts. When I get one, I can just fix it. This is an LCD screen. I got two digitizers, some adhesive in here. You saw the batteries, and I got a USB test meter for testing the power consumption. This is USB-C. I got my power adapter over there. And then I also got a set of these component books from a friend of mine. They're sample books. They have all the different values of like capacitors and things like that. This is 0201 50 volt rated capacitors. And then I also have 402, 603, 805, and 1206 books. Like, for example, this is the 603 resistor book. So it's, you know, luckily it does tell me the ohms over here in, you know, English. I don't know what this 10, 9, 8, I don't understand. I guess that's a reference to page or whatever, I'm not sure. So all the symbols look the same. So I'm not sure, but I label them, you know, like a book, and then I have them on a little bookshelf type cubby hole that I have off to the side, where I normally keep my fume extractor when not using it, and a set of pull-out drawers. I picked up a good deal on some joysticks for some Joy-Cons that I picked up for to go with the tablet-only switches. And then I have these component box that's got my various switch parts. It's got screws, sorted and organized. It has USB-C ports, M92 T17 chips, T13 USB chips, some digitizer connectors, some LCD connectors. I still have some more parts on order that haven't arrived yet. I just started, and I still getting stuff. I have another one of these with just generic surface mount components. I do want to mention Interstellar Electronics. If you want a assortment of just one type of any kind of assortment of surface mount parts, Interstellar Electronics sent me these. I want to say in either early 2019 or end of 2018 I received these, and this is just diodes, transistors, and this is a variety pack of 1206, 805, and 603s. This has already come in handy multiple times. And they also do, like, I got in here not only just diodes, but there are just Zener diodes. This was a, you know, pack of 34 values of Zener diodes. So, and they're all labeled. Everything's labeled real nice. They come with a little ruler and a little chamois cloth. They're good kits. I believe you can buy them on Amazon. But Interstellar Electronics, if you want just a little variety kit of components. I also have some EEPROMs and voltage regulators for various projects, like the traffic light project. When I build that PCB, I'll have all the components I need at hand to do that. But you know, a lot of times on a game console, capacitors will go bad, resistors can be blown, and so I got some of that on order, or I got that in stock, and then I have like the basic stuff that goes bad either on order or in stock, so I can start fixing 2 at a time, 3 at a time, and then as I resell them I can get more and get more parts, and then put a little bit away as profit. So that is what is headed forward in this new direction in my life that is been difficult. I've had some issues with trying to remember things. Is just with my brain damage, it's hard to remember things, and trying to remember how components work and interact with other components, I think is one way, and then it's just not that, and it takes me a little bit to realize that, hey, I'm doing this wrong, but I eventually get there, and that's part of the journey. So And that's what I want this to be, is, you know, you have someone who, you know, I'm disabled, I have brain damage, you know, I have, you know, issues with broken bones that were healed in a way that I can't move or extend my arms, my hands will shake. So I am doing this micro soldering stuff, and it's possible, and you know, you can make mistakes, and you can move forward. You know, you don't have to, oh, I made it worse. Well, just fix what you made worse, and that's, you know, that's kind of what my goal is. So, but my goal is to get a broken switch and restore it to a like new condition. You know, if that takes putting a new battery in, a new digitizer to get rid of all the scratches, because I don't want some mom buying her kid a Switch or dad buying her kid a Switch, and you know, they don't have a lot of money, so they go on eBay and they buy one, and they get it and they give it to their kid, and it's all scratched up on the screen. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. So if it's got scratches, it's getting a new digitizer. I don't care if it, you know, they're $10. If I have to lose $10 because just to get rid of some scratches and make a kid happy, I'm gonna do that. It's not that big of a deal to me. I would feel bad if someone buys a Switch and, you know, they can't afford a new one, so they buy a used one and it comes up all scratched up. So, or it breaks in 3 days, or, you know, it just doesn't. I'm gonna, you know, high quality. You want to make sure the Joy-Cons have no Joy-Con drift, and just make sure that it's top notch. Replace anything that needs to be replaced. Make sure, you know, it charges and discharges at the rates it should. Doesn't overheat. New thermal paste. All the stuff that would make it a quality refurbishment. Not that I trust the word refurbishment from any company, but I'm going to do what I believe I would want to see in a refurbished electronic. And I'm going to start with the switches because they're small and they'll work under the little microscope I have with ease. And then, you know, maybe I can move on to something larger that I can, you know, move up from there. But I'm going to stick with the switches. I'm going to stay away from the Switch Lite because it seems like what could be wrong with those and the resale value is not there. Could be, but I'm going to stick with just the original Nintendo Switches. With the Joy-Cons come off, you can get the tablets pretty cheap. So that's the first one that I showed earlier. And I have another one coming that is going to be a quick fix. It's not that big a deal at all. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. You can check out the links on social media. You can check me out on Patreon. Listen, I hope you guys enjoy what this channel is doing going forward. And, you know, leave me a comment, like, subscribe. I think this is going to be fun and entertaining, because I've already filmed some of it, and I make some mistakes, and it's kind of funny. You know, I was watching it back, and I'm like, wow, why would I do that? But, you know, it's part of the journey, guys. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic day.